I haven't had a good clap in ages.
That was a good signal.
Yeah, so
To enter the dojo.
would you like to continue where we were, or would you like me to ask about your glasses?
Where were we?
Talking about all the white space in my apartment, not including the people.
Yeah. Well, are you going to you got your Apple out. That's nice.
Yeah, that's over there.
I was just wondering, Rich has got some nice open area.
I got a lot of open space, a lot of space to explore.
Yeah. Yes. Are you an art guy?
I'm not. That's the thing.
Yeah. You don't look like an art guy.
No, I seem like a poster guy, if even.
You're such a poster guy.
Such a poster guy, and at 29 years old, that's just not acceptable anymore.
Did you have did you have any posters you could pick up off the top of your head?
Like in college?
Yeah.
I had a Wu-Tang Clan poster for some reason, and I don't listen to Wu-Tang.
That's pretty cool, though.
That's why I got it.
Yeah, that's
I thought it was pretty cool.
poster. Yeah. I like that.
And who was that girl that was on Guy Code?
Guy Code.
Remember the show Guy Code?
Was that on MTV or something?
It was like the Stefano Shoals. It gave them all a platform. What was her name on there? Melanie Iglesias.
Oh, wow.
How about that? She really turned into nothing, huh?
Is she? Do we know what she's doing? I don't know.
I don't think she's doing much. Which could be good, could be bad.
Melanie,
she might be married. I don't know.
Right. We love you, Melanie.
We love you, and we know you listen.
Yeah, big time listener.
But posters. I had a beer cup, like a red Solo cup poster. It was just a poster of a Solo cup.
Yes. Okay. So that immediately took all the coolness.
Well,
away from the because that's the whole other side.
Yes, and when
to have a poster of a red Solo cup is a certain worship of the red Solo cup that I think is just really fascinating.
Well, I went to a state school where the Solo cup was idolized.
Is that right? Penn State. No.
What?
Where did you go again?
Quinnipiac's not a state school. How much money did you grow up with where you think Quinnipiac's a state school? No, I grew
up around money, by the way.
Well, we can tell by your sunglasses.
Yeah, if you want to ask, eventually.
We know about the rock wall, which you did not climb on.
I had a rock wall in my backyard.
That's right.
But don't try to distract from the subject that you liked the red Solo cup you had such a reverence that you sort of were like, I need it on my wall.
Hardy, I was trying back from 2011 to 2015. Yeah. No, 2011 to 2017. This was a little post-grad. I was trying to be 17. Such a bro.
Yeah.
You knew me at the end of my bro era.
Did I?
Because we knew each other in 2016.
2016, yeah, because I saw you doing sets early, and I was like, that's a guy I like. I've told you this.
I know. Well, that's why we're friends.
That's a specific. You had all the level. I used to tell guys, like, the soundboard.
Yeah.
You have different levels, and I was like, Rich has got a lot of them pushed up.
Okay, I don't know if that's good, though. That seems to blow out sound systems.
Yeah, I never really thought this analogy all the way through. I thought it was good because, like, it meant you could go over here, do a little crowd work, you could do a little material, you could do a story.
Okay.
You had a little personality. Like all of the things. I was like, oh, this guy, it was early on, so I didn't really know much about you.
Right.
I was sort of revealed later on.
Yeah, the talent faded quick.
Yeah, and that I didn't know what I was talking about.
Well, yeah, that's a factor also.
There was two things going on. But that was early on. On, man. We were probably both bros, dude. Dude, I was a Baroska nanner.
Dude, you were a broista when I met you.
Oh, yes.
Dude.
A broista.
Yes.
I was serving bros, dude. I was out here fucking broista. I was drinking still.
No, I think I met you the first day you were sober.
No, Rich, come on. Well, maybe we didn't chat. Because I knew you in my Bud Light era, the tail end.
Really?
I didn't know you, I guess. We didn't talk a lot, but I would see you. Because the first year I was in comedy, or really, like the half a year, I was sober. But it was actually like a year. It was like 6 months, the end of 2015, and then another like 4 months to start 2016.
Okay.
So you may have. It may have been really soon.
Yeah, because I came
after.
I came back onto the scene hard.
You did.
September 4th or September 5th, 2016.
Wait, where had you been?
College.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, I never heard this. Tell me this. You did a little bit and then you went back to college?
I would do it during summers and winter breaks. I would do stand-up.
Wow.
I would valet cars at Crest Hollow Country Club party. Save that money up and go into the big city and do open mics at places like Otto Shrunken Head,
right?
New York Comedy Club,
right?
The Climate.
You did all
where
those.
Where we met.
Climate was where we met, right?
Yes.
But then you would go back to school, and you would probably be a little bit like big dickin' guys, like
Hardy. I was dropping my bringer tape to all the chicas. My buddies would be playing my stand-up clips on YouTube.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. Did that ever happen? Like, I remember once at a party, like, they pulled up I think I probably pulled up my tape. Dude, from, like, Gotham, like, graduation
that's
show.
Exactly what happened.
It's so
People's parents would visit, and they would show them my stand-up. And I'd just be in the room drinking a natty daddy. And to a room full of people kind of not laughing.
Yeah. Because it's just like such, like, whatever stand-up at that point.
It was
It doesn't have to be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like, it doesn't have to be the worst thing ever, but like to play it.
Yeah.
But you know what the thing is? Other people they know you, so they want to go.
They want to hype you up.
Yeah, they want to go, oh, I love that little bit about pants, Matt. That was a nice
little thing you did there. Yeah. I remember there was this kid my freshman year. He was a goalie on the lacrosse team, Ryan.
Oh my god!
And there was a chica.
Yeah.
Remember back to our last episode, Chica Rapport, where we both had a bit of a rapport with this chica.
Yeah,
she was more into the comedy than the lacrosse, and he was trying to big dick me.
And you were back from winter break.
And I had a fresh bringer tape where I murdered.
Dude, oh my god, dude. So then you were like, you graduated.
Yep.
And you hit the scene. That's when you really hit it?
That's when I met the most powerful people in comedy right now. You, Luciano, Miller, Polzello, Mara, O'Regan. That's when I met the heavy hitters of comedy.
Right. That was the early. Wait, when was that again? The fall?
It was September 4th or 5th, 2016.
Okay, right. So you probably did then know. That was a weird me. That was a newly sober me.
I know, because I'm pretty sure the first day I met you, you said on stage, "This is my first day being sober."
Wow.
And you were wearing, I remember. Can I tell you what you were wearing? You were so different. You were wearing a blue button-down, hair shorter, but still kind of very similar to my hair right now.
Yeah.
Kind of a little more slicked back.
Yeah.
And you were clean-shaven.
Yeah.
And you had, I remember, you had that sparkling water bottle in your hand.
Really?
Yes.
I was drinking a seltzer.
It was, It was a club soda of some sort, but yes.
Yeah, because I was coming off. I would go to mics. I started feeling self-conscious because in the beginning I would go to mics like with button downs on. Like,
but I was also wearing button downs on. We were both the button down guys.
Were we? Okay.
Yeah, and Luciano also wore button downs because he would come from I can't say his employer, but he would also, and he was wearing big glasses at the time, and he was clean shaven.
Right.
No, he wasn't clean shaven. He had a bit of a bigger beard.
Okay, he was doing glasses, huh?
He had big glasses and had like a bigger beard on. He looked terrible.
Yeah, that's a nerd. That's a tough look.
It's a really tough.
I had a tough look.
I remember good look.
Yeah, but I used to get shit for wearing like a belt. I remember, or actually, I made a joke one time and it got like a big laugh. It was one of my early laughs. I was like, "This is a belt." That's what I said to everyone at the open mic.
Yeah, because they're all homeless.
I know. I was like, so once I like owned, I was like, "This is called a belt." Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, we don't know what a belt guy. Yeah, fuck yeah, we don't know what a belt is." But I felt. Did you feel? I felt a little subconscious because I was like, "All right, I'm rich. I'm not rich, but I'm rich-ish.
You're rich adjacent. You're someone that grew up with money. Don't really have any yourself, but if you needed it, you could get it."
I love that. I want to get that tattooed on my fucking forearm. I'm rich adjacent.
Yes.
All my life. All my life. I know money. I know where it's from. I've had some. I don't know where it went, like we said. Well, actually, we do know where it went.
Yeah, we have an idea where it went. To your dealer.
Yeah, for cocaine, large swaths of government money and regular money.
Yep.
You know, and we were partying, a lot of clothes, a lot of trips to Vegas. I think I went to Vegas a few times. A lot of bachelor parties.
Oh yeah, okay.
Well, what did you spend money on when you were like an idiot? I was talking about this with Parmo the other day, just like drinking idiot. You spend money on almost anything. You feel like a total idiot.
Drunk food would be the #1 purchase.
Really? But you that's so but there was you didn't do anything more like egregious.
I've never was a purchaser.
Okay. Wow.
What I would do is
shocking.
You ready for this? You ready for you ready for something sad? I would get my drinking night from 2016 to lockdown. My drinking night was Saturday. Yeah. I would get beyond drunk and sign up for all my open mics when I got back.
That is sort of sad.
That's exactly what I would do.
But I did do something similar one time because I was so scared to do comedy early on that I got shit-faced and emailed a club and I was like, "Hey, put me on. I'm good."
That's what you did.
I swear to God.
That's all the email said?
Yeah, that's all the email said. And then like someone like eventually emailed me back like, "Come to an open mic."
That's pretty good that they answered.
I was like, like, yeah. But shit-faced, I did that like an idiot.
Okay. And then you were sober.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Just to bring it back, I did want to say that I rented out. I did something so dumb. I rented out. Do you know the 40/40 Club? The Jay-Z Club?
I'm familiar with the 40/40 Club.
So when I had money, I was like, "Oh, I'm trying to be Mr. fucking Big Bucks, Daddy Warbucks," and I rented out a private room at the Jay-Z 40/40 Club.
What?
Yeah, for my birthday, and had all my buddies come.
What? How old were you? How old were you turning?
It was 2013, I think this happened.
Okay.
I think right around there. Or maybe it was before law school, one of the two. I had money. I had money in two places in my life.
Interesting.
Right after college.
Why?
because I got a job that paid me like $50,000, which was like kind of a decent amount of money in like 2007.
2007, that was pretty good.
Right?
That's like 120 right now.
That's what I'm saying. And I was living at home. So it was a real issue. It was a double issue.
Yeah.
I was tossing money in the streets.
And this is right before the recession.
Yes.
So you were swimming in it.
Yeah. I was swimming, dude. Going into the city, buying shit, paying for shit, people's part. Yeah.
Were you putting down payments on houses you couldn't afford?
Yeah, no, I was like I never got anything that like I literally couldn't like pay back. I got like into some credit card debt and shit.
Right. Well, that's where it all started.
Yeah.
Or that's where it ended. The debt.
Yeah, well, no, but then I got a little more money again in law school.
Because I was money in law school?
Yeah, because I was getting a lot of loans.
Oh, so government money.
Yeah, then I had government cheese.
This is this is the definition of rich adjacent.
Yeah.
You're used to having money, so you thought you could spend this money like your other money.
Yeah.
But you can't.
So, and like I had a decent apartment at the time because
Downtown Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was thinking, oh, I'm going to be a lawyer, right? This is back when I was like, I thought I was Bruce Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
who's a lawyer?
Well, he's got the Bruce Wayne got the pad.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
You mean more of a lifestyle, not an
Batman,
occupation.
not Batman.
Right.
Bruce
Okay.
Wayne.
Gotcha.
Right?
How did he make his money, Bruce Wayne? Inheritance.
Yeah, he has some inheritance. My family had some. I got a couple times. I got like a check. I remember one time I got a check from my grandma for $10,000 at my birthday.
What?
Yeah.
What birthday?
It's like
Your quinceañera?
yeah, it was like when I was going into law school, I think. You know?
$10,000.
And now all I think is like, how did I not just put that in the market? You know?
Because you're rich adjacent.
Because I was just an idiot. And then I had a little money again after law school. A little money again.
Right, when you were doing corporate law.
Yeah, like for a hot second
Gotcha.
before I got canned. Right.
I didn't know you got canned.
Yeah,
I thought
got
you
canned.
left.
No, I got canned. Well, I left on purpose eventually.
How does that work? How do you get canned but eventually leave on purpose?
So the reason I got canned was because I didn't really know what I was doing, and then also I got really fucked up at the holiday party.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I talked about it on the podcast, but do I have a story for you?
Do you? Tell me the story.
Wait, I want to hear your story.
Okay. I'll try to make my... So mine is... Didn't eat anything.
Okay.
Right? Like a fucking idiot.
Where's the holiday party, by the way?
It was in South Norwalk, Connecticut.
Interesting.
Yeah. Have
So
you ever
lived
been
in
there?
the city? No.
Oh,
you lived
okay.
in the city. But
No, I didn't. I had to move back home.
Oh.
Yeah. This was a rough time, bro.
Okay.
This is really what happened to me. Like, I lost my girlfriend,
I knew that.
my apartment,
Didn't know that.
and my job in like 4 or 5 months.
I thought you broke up with the girl.
No.
Oh, boy.
No.
Right.
No. This is the origin story. This is my true origin story.
Okay.
This was the true shift. Like, I was a true different person before, but I was living a lot from my ego. But this was like where it like systematically got broken down.
Okay, this is the downfall of Rome.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's exactly what it was like. Rome crumbled, and I should have known because, like we were talking about, I was living in off borrowed time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I should have been saving some of this money. I wasn't using the money correctly. I should have been taking some jobs or looking harder for some, right? But when I graduated law school, I was studying for the bar like a maniac.
Yep.
Right? So I couldn't really find a job, okay? And my lease ran up.
Okay.
So now I have no way to pay I got to go home.
Right.
Right. So, and then my girlfriend, or this was a little bit before of the time, long distance, loved her madly. She broke up with me, and I didn't see it coming.
Bitch.
Yeah. I just should have because I was getting drunk and being an idiot.
A lot of coke.
Yeah, a lot of benders, a lot of like...
You're not a gambler.
No. But I remember one time I got really shit-faced on a bender, and someone shaved my head.
Huh.
And when she saw this, my girlfriend at the time, she was like so mad. She was like, "Who would do that? Like, what is wrong with you?" I was like,
You're like, I was knocked out. I didn't do it.
I was like, "Is this a prop?" Yeah, I didn't. It was my buddy who did it. I let him do it. You know,
Right.
So it was like shit like this. You know, my phone. I would lose my phone all the time.
And what kind of phone were we playing with back then?
We had a BlackBerry. I had the whole.
Wow, this is during the BlackBerry days.
Yeah. you
Okay.
remember, the BBM.
Oh, the BBM.
The BBM days. My
That's
man.
right, Big Black Messenger.
Yeah, it was the BBM days.
Okay. So your girlfriend dropped her pin.
Yeah. Well, she lived in New Orleans.
Oh.
So it was long distance. So I'd like go there a lot. Yeah.
Wait, how'd you meet her?
Westport.
She left Westport to go to New Orleans?
Yeah.
What's in New Orleans?
School. We should probably not go too far down this road, too.
Okay.
Because then we're gonna sue, and we're gonna identify her.
Oh,
so,
okay.
It's like,
all right. Let's pull it back.
Yeah. What's she doing there? Where the hell? What was her name? Yeah. Yeah. So she. Yeah.
Okay.
So we had met on 4th. I'm like gonna give more information.
I stopped. I'll keep going.
4th of July. We had met in Westport.
Okay.
Didn't know each other growing up. Met there. Doing the long distance.
Yeah, the LD.
And I'm thinking, my dumbass is thinking, I'm about to sail off into working, man. I was about to be a fucking stiff. I was this close to being a working stiff.
I want to ask a question.
I hit the turn signal, and I was getting off the exit to working stiff land. I was trying.
And at this time, were you bubbling with artistic integrity?
No. So, unbelievable question. So the whole problem was I wasn't doing anything I wanted to be doing. And this is why my drinking and drug use was so bad.
Yes.
Because I had to, find a way to, get over the stress and all the shit I hated doing.
Where you needed an escape.
Yeah, I was a, what are those guys? Work hard, play harder.
Yeah.
Because you hate everything so much during the week. You just turn into a wild man on the weekend.
Yeah, and during the week sometimes.
Yeah, it bleeds in.
Yep.
You were kind of this kind of guy, or no? Because you were doing, see, this is what's so interesting about you. You actually did, I never understand this about guys who did stand up when they were kind of drinking and all that, a lot of that stuff, because I feel like it would be so hard to handle bombing and shit. I feel like I would just drink myself into a fucking, I don't know if I'd be able to handle it.
What, you think to react to a bomb,
yes,
you have to get hammered?
No, I would think if I wasn't more even keel like I am now in my later days, my ego would have taken over and I would have quit.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean? When I was someone who really cared and I was drinking a lot and doing all that shit, I don't think I could have withstood some of the
gigs.
Just some of what you experience. You're a young cat. I don't know. You got to have a certain amount of confidence to go, oh, fuck that,
Yeah, but you also have to remember, what did I have to lose? I grew up without money, fat, no girls.
You didn't care.
So, I'm already at zero. What are you going to take from me? So I bombed.
That's funny. Right, you had nothing to lose.
I have nothing to lose.
Okay.
That's still how I feel now. I go up there, I'm like, what are you going to do?
That's so funny because when I started, what I was coming from a place of, I'm so happy, I feel so good. My life is so great.
Interesting.
I don't care what you think about what happens.
Hardy, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That's the rich adjacent mindset.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I like that. Yeah, because I'm good otherwise.
And I'm poor adjacent. That's the difference between us two. You're rich adjacent and I'm poor adjacent.
Yes.
When you're poor adjacent, you remember what it's like to go from zero. So you're everything else fucking sucks.
Yeah.
If I get one chuckle, that's success.
Yes. That's a great point. The from the bottom.
Right.
Yeah, whatever mindset doesn't. I've been where that. I've experienced a little bit of that last year because I got poor. I went into poverty. Maybe I wasn't poor, but I was in poverty for a period of time.
Wait, say that again?
I was in poverty.
But you weren't poor.
Is there a difference?
No.
I'm trying not to get canceled. Okay.
Poverty is poor. Poor is poor. Well.
Because you're saying there's a bit of a mindset. You know me. I've never been actually poor. You know what I'm saying?
You're currently wearing a women's Ray-Bans.
Yeah, no, these are the boyfriend shades and they rip, all right?
Is that what they're called? Boyfriend shades?
Leo wore them in Wolf of Wall Street, which is my nickname in my extended family because I'm rich adjacent.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, and they think that I'm in New York just stealing people's money.
I don't know. I wouldn't say you're the Wolf of Wall Street.
I'm not.
You're the...
So why do you think every time I go to my Italian cousin, they go, oh, Wolf of Wall Street?
No, you're the Coyote of Lexington Avenue.
That's like awkwardly great thing that I kind of want to somehow make a spoof on. That's pretty funny. But that's what I was saying. Wolf of Wall Street. I'm like, I'm not. I think it's because too they knew me in my finance Bruce Banner
Your days.
my days. But this is what I'm saying. Let me finish. I was like, you were saying, what about my artistic stuff?
Yes.
I was making little notes in my phone though. Here's a thing that was always happening to me.
Okay.
I was always making little notes about what I would do.
You write little bits.
Yeah. If I had to do stand-up, I was almost always doing that. I was religiously listening to stand-up. And then many a times in my life, have been the creative guy. Like, I used to make the itineraries on our lake house weekend bro trips.
Oh, you sent that out, and you were like, this is my creative. I get to be creative twice a year, and I'm putting everything into this.
Bro, you have no idea. We were making poems. We were making bits. We got it laminated. We had all of you're so right. My entire life of creativity is going into this, like, fellas couples weekend, like, planning the parties. Like, we had 1920s party. You know, we had all these themed parties. I had a speakeasy at one of the fucking parties. I was doing all that stuff, right?
This is the classic sign of someone that is trapped.
Yes. Dude, so trapped. And then on top of that, in college, okay, and one day I'll play these to you because they are rip.
The rap songs?
Yes.
Yeah.
That went so big, they started playing them in the bars. So we were doing that. So, like, it's always, like, leaking out, right? In, like, kind of weird spots. But, like, you're like, this makes so much sense.
Yes.
So much sense. Like, this guy. So, but I was, like, this close. I'm in my head, I was like, oh, I got the girl. You know, I'm going to be wrapping up the bar exam here soon. I'm going to have a juicy fucking suit walking into corporate America.
Yep.
Okay.
Suit, tie, briefcase?
Briefcase. I got in the briefcase for Christmas from the parents.
That's pretty nice.
It was nice. A nice Toomey briefcase.
Called that a Westport graduation.
Yeah, dude. They got me a sick Movado watch.
Ooh.
Nice, bro. Bro, I was like ready to go.
You were bopping.
Yes. And every one of my boys had already kind of done a similar thing.
Gotcha.
Like 8 or 9 of them went to law school. A bunch were getting engaged. This was late 20s. I was 28.
Okay.
Right? I'm ready. I'm trying to get off the exit. And it was one of those things where it was never meant to be.
Because it's not you.
It's not who I was.
Right.
And I was not. I tried. That's why I always say to people, like, I tried for it. I kind of got pulled kicking and screaming into actually being a comedian or an actor or all this stand-up. Like, because I did my absolute best to be like, no, I want to be like my buddies. I want to be like everyone. I want to be like everyone else. Let me just have the girlfriend. We'll get a nice apartment. She was moving back to the city in a month. In 1 month. And then whammy. Ends.
Okay. Because of the head shave.
Because of a bunch of shit.
Okay.
Just because I was a drunk. And also it wasn't working, like, you know, in my head, I'm thinking, I'll clean this up. Come on. I'm having a good time.
In your head, she's out of town almost permanently.
Yeah, right.
So you're like, I can let go. The lady's out of town. I got the place to myself.
That's right.
Well, of course you have it to yourself. It's only under your name because she doesn't live here.
Yes. And I never cheated. I never did anything like that.
I hear you.
Never did anything like that. And then, it ended. So then that she broke it off. First it was like space. It was so whack. It was like, and then I was like, and then it ended. And then I had to move home.
Westport.
Yeah, I had to move back to my parents' house. Which was a fucking dick kick because I'm like, oh my God, I'm back at my parents' house.
Square one.
Yeah, I'm 29 now. And now I got the chica's gone. Right?
No yob.
And then I get a yob. Okay, this is the real kicker.
In South Newark.
Yes, in Sono. Brilliant. That's
Sono?
South Norwalk, yeah.
South Norwalk.
We're caught back up.
Yes. Okay.
So this is like I get the South.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah. Exactly. Brilliantly put. I get back. I get the South Norwalk job.
Okay.
And this baby's a sweet piece. She's paying like $90K. Not bad.
You passed the bar at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That would have been really bad if I didn't pass the bar.
No.
Oh, I know, because the whole story is such a mind. So then
What kind of law are you practicing?
So I'm in a great question. So I'm in-house, which is insane because no one really goes in-house right out of law school.
What's in-house?
It means you're at a company. You didn't go to a firm.
Oh, so you're doing corporate law?
Yeah, I'm in a company in their legal department with like the general counsel, a senior counsel, and me.
Wow.
Yeah. And they were trying to train me, but they didn't really have a lot of time because they're extremely busy, the two lawyers.
I would imagine.
Right. So, like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, they put me in charge of all the contracts at the company, just to let everyone here know, all the vendor contracts.
Okay.
I hadn't done one contract.
Yeah, you're going over red line. You don't even know what to get out.
It's like at law school, it's kind of crazy, but they don't teach you to be a lawyer. I'm going to tell you that right now.
No, it's more of like how to think about things, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's more of a logic session.
Yeah, you learn a lot of the law behind the law, but you don't learn how to practice it. And this is why people go to firms.
Right.
Because they teach you over time, and then you go in-house.
Gotcha.
But I couldn't get a job, so I got this thing, and now I don't know what I'm doing. I'm fucking sitting I'm falling asleep at my desk because I'm still partying.
Still partying?
Oh, I'm partying when I
can.
South
Norwalk?
Well, I'm going into the city.
What's the commute time on that?
Like an hour,
Sleeping over the boys' place?
Yup. Crashing on couches, waking up. They're like, look at this loser.
Gotcha.
Because
they're pieced up?
What's that?
These guys are all pieced together at this point?
What you mean, like with girls?
I mean, like, are they not degenerates? Well, you could be with
no,
girls,
some
so
of them
degenerate.
are. Some of them are. Okay. Yeah, the ones I'm hanging out with generally.
I was going to say.
Yeah. They were still... No, and some people continued down that path. Yeah. This is actually a good thing for me. Overall, what happened here was like the saving grace of my entire life.
Gotcha.
Was this stretch of time. Because then I even thought about moving into New York City to reverse commute.
What?
Yeah.
That's a dumb idea.
I know. But I was close because I didn't want to be at home, bro.
Of course. You're 29, 30.
House. This is what I'm saying.
You're my age at this point.
That's right. I'm 29. I'm about to be 30. And this is when I had my mental breakdown and or my spiritual awakening.
Depends who you ask. And at what time. And what their mindset is. And what type of sunglasses they're wearing.
Right. But if you ask me, it's a spiritual awakening. So, or they're the same thing. What happens is I'm doing the job. I'm trying my best. I don't know what's going on, okay? And I go to I don't eat enough one day, and I go to this holiday party in South Norwalk at a bar.
Okay.
And next thing I know, I literally wake up like at my parents' house.
Okay.
I don't remember really much of anything. Right
at the party, next thing you know, you're on the couch.
Yeah. I'm in my room. My mom's like, God, this is so brutal. This cuts deep to the core of my soul. My mom's like taking me to work. Okay.
The
next day, because like
when was the party?
It's like a Wednesday night.
A Wednesday night holiday party.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So we get to and she's like, I missed the train, all this shit. And she's like driving me there. And then I like go into the office and I go into my boss's office and I go, hey, Russ. That's this guy's name.
That's a boss name.
Yeah. Same name as my father.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if
irony?
I know. Crazy.
Russ Hardy? Russell Hardy?
Well, that's my
pretty good name.
Yeah. Great name. So I go in, I go, hey, you know, how's everything? Like, got a ride home from Katie last night from the party. And he goes, yeah, I know, Matt. I was there.
Okay.
And I was like,
okay. Let me readjust myself to this.
Okay. I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, he was like, you don't remember anything. You're pretty, you're pretty drunk, huh? He was like, all right, well, go get your stuff together. We have a meeting or whatnot, right? So I'm like, fuck, I don't remember this. And I go talk to Katie, and she's like, yeah, like he was there. He like helped you get home.
Wait, so how did you remember Katie brought you home?
Well, I had images. Like I kind of remembered being in her car, like small. And then I went to check with her. I actually, when I went to her, I was like, hey, I told Russ that I got a ride home from you.
Yeah.
I wasn't even sure. I was sort of sure.
You thought if you said it with enough confidence,
yes,
he would have been like, okay.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know what to say, too, because I was just coming in for work. So I'm like, hey, yeah, got a ride home last night. Great part. I was hoping what would happen would just be like, I was kind of on a recon. I was hoping he'd be like, yeah, those are fun, huh?
Yeah.
And like we would sail off into the sunset.
Right.
That was not what I got.
That's not what happened.
Right. So then another incident happens where I get drunk another night.
Wait, so what happens with the meeting?
So listen, nothing else is said about that.
Oh, okay.
I come back, nothing else is said about that then. Okay?
Gotcha.
Then another incident happens where they don't know this, but I got drunk and lost my laptop. So I have to file a report with like the cops and pretend that I lost it.
Yes. Wait, with the cops you have to file a report?
Yeah, because they were like, why wouldn't you file a report? Like, and I didn't want to tell them, well, I'm not filing it because I know we're not going to find it because I was shit-faced.
But also, like, what are the cops going to do if you file the report?
I don't know.
Cops have never found anything.
I know.
Stolen. Anything. Nothing that's ever been stolen in human history has been found by police officers. Ever.
Yeah, I think back when I did this in my head, I was like, I'll bring them the police report.
That's like the entire plot of the Da Vinci Code. Is that police are not good at finding lost objects.
They're so bad. It was so stupid. Like the whole thing. So then they're like kind of, now they've got the double eye on me. They're like, you lost the laptop? Sure. Because I got the holiday party. This is They've got a little bit of some. Now they know. They're like, really, Matt? Are you sure you lost it?
You're at 2 strikes right now.
Yes, and this was I forgot to tell you, this is New Year's Eve. So I filed this on like the Monday.
Hold on. You brought your work laptop. You brought your work laptop out on New Year's Eve?
I brought it to so what happened was I brought it to my friend's house for the pregame because I came from work.
Okay.
Right. And then when I went back to his place to pass out, he kicked me out because I was so drunk. And I had my bag. So I don't know what I did with it.
I got you.
I was in a war zone because I didn't have a true place to crash.
Well, you did. You just didn't want to go there.
Yeah, my parents' house.
Right,
yeah. Well, that's far away. It's like an hour away.
Wait, so you have boys banging in South Norwalk? Like staying there?
No, this was in the city.
Living?
This was in the city.
In the city.
Yeah. That was another city night. I was having these brutal city nights, dude. One of them that I'm not going to tell you, I'll tell you about another time. You come to an AA meeting, I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
But then, so now they're looking at me like, okay, you lost it. Right? Or at least that's how I think they're looking at me. So then they do this like 1-2 on me, and they go like a month later, I like I approved a contract, and they pull me in, and they're like, hey, listen, you're fired. Like, you lost $50,000 on that contract for us or something. And I was like, but I asked what's her face if I should sign that. And she said yes. And they were like, yeah, no, you didn't. And we taught you how to do that, so you're fired. And to me, that was like, you needed a way out.
Right.
You needed a way out, which I don't blame you for, but you definitely, This is not that.
Right.
At least that's
how
not
the actual problem.
Yes, that's how I mean, I could be wrong, but like that's my instincts on that.
Okay.
Which
is fair.
Yeah, I was like, okay, great. So then I'm crushed. You know, I'm crying in the room.
As
I'm getting like I start crying, like, because I gotta understand, like, I'm living at home. Right. I already lost the girl, or at my parents' house. I'm living at my parents' house. I already lost the girl. This was the saving grace, the job.
Right.
In some ways, it was supposed to be.
Right.
Now I've gone out of my way to fuck this up.
Right.
Whoa. Where am I gonna go? What are you guys gonna say about me to people? Can I get another job?
Right.
What is gonna happen? And I got my mom out in the car. That's who's picking me up.
So you don't have a car at this point?
So I mean, no, Rich, we're talking gut punches on gut punches.
Wait, why don't you have a car?
Because I'm an idiot. There's 100 reasons of things I should have. I should have had a savings by then because I was a drunk.
Yeah.
Really, you know?
Yeah.
I was no, but seriously, like, I probably should have had. There's a number of ways, but I didn't have a car, and this was the other problem. I'm like, okay, well, now I'm really shit out of luck.
What? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can you break down for me? Just give me you don't have to go into much detail.
Yeah.
What would a city night include back in this era?
I mean, these were wild times. These were dark times. Here's what would happen generally is I would go out with some I would go in to a pregame. That would be like pretty standard.
It's a tame pregame.
Yeah, like college buddies.
You're taking the train and you slamming beers on the train?
No.
Ooh.
Probably not. I would get there, start drinking a little bit at the pregame. We would go to a bar, Hotel Chantel.
Oh, my God. Hardy, yeah. You're doing Hotel Chantel at 30 years old?
Yeah.
That's dark.
Galloway Hooker, like crazy.
Oh, Galloway. I actually like Galloway Hooker.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good time.
B-Bar, Phoebe's.
You would do Phoebe's at 30 years old?
I was 20. Yeah, right before. Yeah, dude, this was what I'm saying.
Dude, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You're going after 18-year-olds.
We were well, I think, yeah, whoever was getting in, I mean, I remember, what were some of the other places it was like those.
B-Bar's not there anymore.
B-Bar's not there anymore?
It's not there anymore. No, it's a different name. It changes names.
Yeah, and then we wouldn't go a lot. As I got older, we wouldn't go a lot because we would just get blow and just start rocking out.
So you wouldn't even go out?
Sometimes we would just hang at the place. And then a couple nights, like, I ended up at a party and then ended up back at like the Dream Hotel, or I'd end up back somewhere like late night.
At the Dream Hotel?
Yeah, with people partying. I'd end up at another house party.
That's not half bad.
Crazy times, dude. Like, I ended up in a couple of like 3-dayers.
Really?
Yeah. A couple 3-dayers in across like New York City.
But there's only 2 days in the weekend.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like only one, really.
Yeah. A couple of Fridays through till Sunday. But this was even after. This is even a little later that I had a couple of these. Because we're talking about a different time right now. So, like, what happened was, just to finish it off, I lose that job. I come back home. And then I have a true awakening. Because, and this is the exact moment, was I'll remove the shades for this level of
wow, folks. The shades are off.
Of truth serum, right? I was in my childhood bedroom.
Posters?
Yep.
What'd you have?
I had the galaxy. I had the universe.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was like a map of the universe.
Metaphorical.
Yeah. And I remember thinking, I was in my childhood bedroom, no job, no lady, no apartment, drunk, problems with drugs and alcohol, right? Like, and I was like, I was like feet from where I had started in the world physically.
Right.
And that was an unbelievable metaphor of like, oh, I haven't gone anywhere.
Right. Universe is looking literally at you.
I haven't gone anywhere. And it was a real deep moment, And then, like I like to say, my system was like wiped clean. Like everything I thought was now on trial.
Okay.
All my belief system. It was like Control-Alt-Delete on the system.
And you see every program running. You're seeing how much power they're each using. And you're like, should I just force quit all this?
That's what it was, dude. It was a force quit all of this. You're right. All this shit I was running, dude. And I was doing it to myself, right? Like all these fucking problems, dude. And things changed from there. Like then I read The Power Now, which really helped me change my life. Then like almost instantaneously, my grandma dies, rest her soul.
R.I.P.
Right? But what happened was they needed someone to move into her place to take care of the estate while it was being so I was able to move out of my parents' house like a month later.
This is the grandma that gave you $10,000?
Yeah.
Pretty nice place.
Pretty unbelievable place. Like once again, helping me in a way, because I needed to get out of there. My dad came into my room. I don't know if I told the story many times, but he goes $1,000 a month or get the fuck out. Like he came into the room I was in, and I was like, wow, right, like yeah, I gotta get going. Now
where's your grandma's place?
It's in Greenwich. It was in Coscob, Greenwich. Yeah, where I started.
Coscob, Greenwich.
Yeah. No, dude, this house was rich adjacent. Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Nice. Little carriage house. I was staying in the carriage house.
She had a carriage house?
Let's go. Shades
You're
back
old money. You're old money, rich adjacent.
Woo! All right. Little carriage number, dude. Dude, had a couple ladies over there a couple times.
At the carriage house?
Yeah, dude, they were shocked that's when I was really Bruce Wayne. My uncle loves these tales. Like one time I was in my grandma's backyard sunbathing.
Yep.
In this period, right? Reading a nice little text, okay? Little shorty comes floating down on a paddleboard because it's on the water.
Of course, Coscob.
Yeah. And she was like, who's this guy? Because I got this stunning estate sprawled out behind me, and I'm reading.
Probably a nice little figure on you back then, too. All that coke.
Dude, yeah, nice figure. And I was tan because I was fucking. Glistening, dude, reading Gone Girl.
Wow.
Not a bad time.
You were trying to get banged.
So anyway, this period. So then I eventually, what happens is I don't admit. What I love about the story is I have that awakening, but I don't go sober then. I just start realizing like how much I just start like repurposing the world. Like, and actually I was like, okay, from here on out, I'm going to like make sure things like I agree with what I'm putting in my mind.
Okay.
I'm going to test these theories and I'm going to like, everything's going to go on trial. What am I doing? Do I like that? Like real basic shit you probably should be doing. Right? So, but I don't go sober for another 2 years.
Wow, so you're just drinking in a mansion?
Yeah,
for 2 years?
No, what happened was that summer, I had done one smart thing in all my time. I took the $3,000 I got from when I left, when they fired me. Mm-hmm. They gave me like a final check, put it in the market, right? Mm-hmm. And got like the jobs I kind of do now, but got like a much easier one, like where I just like review documents.
Right.
Got a simple, which is like, geez, Matt, that was always an option.
Right.
But I was so in my own head about like I need a certain type of job because I want a certain life because I want this type of person,
Right.
So I didn't even like look at what was in front of me. Got that. Didn't pay a lot, but I was able to take the money and move into. I moved into a. This is the chapter where I moved into the hair salon. I moved into a room behind the hair salon.
So you went from a mansion on the water of Connecticut
Yeah.
to a room in the back of a nail salon in Astoria, Queens.
Yes, hair salon
Okay.
called Athena's.
Of course.
Yes. With and I used to have to walk through the supply room.
What was going through your fucking mind?
Honestly, at that time, bro, I was like, thank the Lord. I was not at my parents' house. I had paid off a couple of the months out because it was cheap.
Right.
It was like $750 or some shit.
Okay.
And I was freewheeling, you know. I was like, all right, here we go. This is good, you know. Like that was one of the best periods of my life because or a great one because what started happening was I worked I worked this review job and then stopped, paid off a bunch of months of rent and just started literally going to yoga, writing, reading, meditating. I was just present.
Right.
Wasn't doing any legal shit. I was taking a full reboot.
Who's Matt?
That's right.
Yep.
Who the hell is he even? And in this time, an old job came back to me. So it was a little bit after this. This is when I started stand-up.
Okay.
I go, after like a year, I was like, God, this is fucking 8 months. I'm like, this is unreal. Like, maybe I'll try to do some things that I've always wanted to try to do. Right? Read The Artist's Way, this great book about becoming unstuck, and started, literally one of the exercises is like, what could you do? You know, classic exercise. What would you do if you couldn't fail?
Right.
Stand up was the top of the list. Then they were like, go do it. And then like one of the old jobs came back to me and was like, we'll give you $80,000 to come back to Connecticut and work for us. I was like, deuces.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Universe was like testing me, you know? And then wham, started comedy. And then this is what's really crazy. All this stuff ends up leading to my sobriety because then I loved comedy so much. I was like, wait a second. Like, I don't want to fuck this up.
Right. Got a good thing going here.
Yeah, I love what I'm doing.
$12 to do a mic every night.
Yeah, I'm fucking loving this. I'm like, this is, yeah. So then, you know, I moved into Astoria in like 2014, and then beginning of 2016 was when
hell
sober.
broke loose.
Yeah. But yeah, dude.
So what? How did you leave the mansion? Like, how did you, or were you forced out?
Well, I was kind of like, eventually was like, all right, we're gonna sell the house.
Oh, okay.
You know, and it was like, all right, I gotta go somewhere. Right. But I had gotten that job. Honestly, what really happened was I was like, okay, well, I'm not going back to my parents' house. So I literally just took like the $2,000 I had.
Right.
And just like paid some rent on a place on this room.
Right.
And then I went and figured out I was really going off the universe. Then when I got there, I was like, I got to find a job.
Right. This is wild.
Wild. And this is kind of the abridged. This is
a lot
sort of the abridged. Like, not like, you know, it's more fleshed out because and I've told this story a number of times, but it's a wild, especially that period like we're talking about, like when I got to the place behind the Better Call Saul place.
Right.
Everyone's like, that's the weirdest thing ever. You're an attorney. Isn't that like, was apparently what Better Call Saul's like about?
Yeah.
It's about like a guy in the back of a fucking business like doing legal shit.
Well, you weren't doing legal shit at the time.
No, I did like a little bit of those projects. Like,
okay.
And then I stopped. But I needed it, dude. Like, I needed to stop. Never in my life had I actually stopped and asked myself why I was on the treadmill I'm on. I'd never done that.
At no point.
No.
At no point did you realize, like, I'm just doing this kind of to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah, at no point. Like, in fact, I just doubled down when those situations presented themselves.
Oh,
I
you had
was
those thoughts.
Yeah, I was like, there's no. Like, I'm good at this. Like, I can figure this out, you know. it was a lot of ego. Man, I cheated when I was in school a lot, which isn't like, I know a lot of people did it.
It works.
But like I was doing that heavy, But it was the first time like I was like, oh shit, like I started going inward. Started going inward.
Okay. Yeah. And then you've never left.
That's right. And now here we are.
Wearing women's sunglasses.
Woo! Yeah. And I used to tell people a lot, and I still will say, like, having the grace and the like positivity and the shift of mindset and the presence, the power now, all that stuff come in at that point in my life. Mm-hmm. And then putting it into practice, like being like, okay, I'm not gonna think negatively. I'm not gonna worry about all this ego shit that's going on in my head. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look at what's in front of me. I'm gonna tell you people, like I told people before.
Sunglasses off.
Within like 6 years, I had moved out. I was sober. I had quit all the drugs and drinking. I had a girlfriend. I had started stand-up comedy, something I love doing.
Yep.
And then eventually I ended up fucking shooting a movie.
And writing a few others.
Yeah, like within like 6 or 7. So like... It was in a remarkable shift from where I was. And I always tell people I taught myself the power of like stress and spirituality and like being aware of self-awareness in reverse. Gotcha. Because what I did was I was like such a cynic. I was so like there's no such thing as God, stress, any of this stuff. There's no such thing as like karma or the law of attraction. None of this. I was like, fuck all this.
Right.
I don't even care about purpose. Like I was so head down.
Were you p-backing in the Warrior
No,
days?
I wasn't even really. I wasn't a reader like that. That's a great question. I became a reader post awakening, big time. I've always liked reading, but I was not like at that time. I was not.
Well, I guess your job was reading then, right? You have to read all these contracts and stuff. You're like, last thing I want to do is fucking read.
Yeah.
I want to do coke and go to Hotel Chantel.
I want to party with the fellas, but the party was ending. That's the other thing that gets real sad. Soder's got this joke on it, and it's right. It starts being weird.
The partying.
Yeah, towards the end of it starts being like, it's kind of funny for a minute. You're like, yo, we got a Michigan game on, and like, let's drink a few Bud Lights and do a little Gers. We call them Gers. Let's do some Gers before the game, right? And then like after a little while, you're like, I don't really know like what's going on here.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Now, when you were partying, were the guys going as hard as you?
Well, that was another thing, right?
Shades back on.
Yeah. They were not.
I had a feeling.
They were not. There was one or two cats that here and there would join me. But most of the time what I was doing was leaving the party, calling my dealer, my guy, at like 4 a.m.
You had a separate dealer.
Calling the guy I knew. And extending the night into Saturday.
Solo. You're doing a solo extension.
Often. And then I would see people again when they were like, okay, we're partying again.
The party never stopped for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now, I will say, I wasn't like a sad drinker. Like, I wasn't like a weak drink. Like, I wasn't the guy who like drank for fun on his own.
Right.
I was an absolute party and like it was all business. Weekend, having a good time.
We're not getting a couple pictures and watching the Knicks.
It's like it wasn't my thing.
We shouldn't even go out there.
That was a big way I operated. Yeah, I was like, that's a fucking waste of my time.
Right.
Like I wasn't doing that a lot. They call it's a classic beer. It's a binge drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not and I know these guys do. The other guy. They're the like. I do a glass, and then I have another glass, and there I am, and yeah.
And you're like, no, I'm sucking down bottles and doing nose candy.
Yeah.
For 3 days straight.
Yeah, that and what would happen is they would be kind of like ice. They would be kind of like ice towards the end. There would be these like isolated incidents.
Yeah,
like I would
the backpack with the laptop.
Well, I'd be fine for a while. This is what was great, right? Is like I'd be like kind of okay, and then like a wedding would happen, and it would be like, oops.
You kiss the bride, kiss the groom.
You're just like
you fall through the cake.
Yep. And people are like, wow. And so you're yeah. There was a couple. There's the famous story about how I actually went sober, which we can talk about another time. Which, by the way, I wrote the week leading up. It's crazy. The week leading up to me going sober, I wrote every day during the week about like going to this wedding.
Okay.
I was like journaling and how I felt and all this shit, and then I wrote for like 9 hours on a bus ride up to the wedding. This like Greyhound bus ride.
Okay. Where was the wedding?
Buffalo.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
9 hours.
9 hours. And I'm writing the whole time. Like what I'm seeing, where I'm at, because I'm struggling a lot internally right now, like at the time with like drinking. Mm-hmm. So I'm like writing about this. And then I go, I hook up with someone at the wedding.
Nice.
But I was fresh into a relationship, so I cheated on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Came home the next day. Told her.
Wow.
Yep. She was like, okay, this is totally fucked up. I'm probably going to break up with you, but get your shit together. And then she was like, I won't, but you got to get your shit together. I won't break up. So then the next day, I was on the phone with a therapist in an AA. And
there's no wood, floor.
7 years later, here we are.
Where you thought you'd be. Exactly where you thought you'd be. Back on this couch.
Yeah, basically renting a room in New York.
With Michael. Is Michael still there?
Yeah, with my monk friend. Yeah, no, but that was that story. But so I have all this I have all this writing of the time. It's kind of wild. I have like literally the week leading up and the day before I go sober. I have like all
so you have a script.
Yeah. Well, it's like I don't know what to do. I think it's just I'm just gonna be like, here's like almost like a Catcher in the Rye. Here's just my mind before the day before I went sober.
You know what you should do? How much time do we have?
Yeah.
Oh, we went a little bit over. You know what you should do? Donate it to Tobin's Rule Book. Donate it to the museum.
That's clearly the end of the episode.
It's a callback to Tobin's episode.
Yeah. All right, people. This was fun as shit.
I was going to ask you how lunch has been at the office.
Nothing I was going to bring up. We were coming back. New APT.
That's
new era. We're getting into the goods.
It's great to have Hardy back. First time in the apartment.
Yeah. We'll do a part 2. We'll extend. We'll extend if you want to go into this more, you know. I don't want, you know, not today, but in the future. Right. I don't want to you got to be in the mood. I got to be in the mood to tell the tale, you know.
Well, when you came in with those sunglasses, I was like, something's happening today. I don't know what. I don't know what's happening. But something's...
I've been wearing them on stage, too. I've been having a lot of fun.
You're wearing the sunglasses on stage?
I've been doing it, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I've been really, you know, it gives me a nice...
Where'd you get them?
I got them online.
No, when?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
I wear them all the time. Yeah. Are you a sunglass guy?
I would like to be, but I can't pull them off like you.
Ah, they're so fucking nice.
They're
dude.
nice.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm about to get the...
Have you committed?
It's going down.
It's going, okay.
It's going down. Rich, you know how it is. I don't even know what's happening. I'm morphing as we speak. You know how it is.
That's right. You're starting to wear women's sunglasses and getting a sleeve tattoo at fucking 37. Everything's going great.
That is my truth.
Just own it.
Yeah, what can I tell you?
All right, folks.
See ya.